Hi, I'm Suzanne Davies, Director of RMIT Gallery. At the moment we've got two drawing exhibitions on. One called Constellations, a large number of small drawings, and the other Contemporary Australian Drawings. Both of them were part of a larger project which had a conference and some 30 exhibitions called Drawing Out. Now those 30 exhibitions were all around Melbourne, but if you see these works, you'll get a good sense of the range of ways in which artists make drawings, or the way they use drawings. Drawings can be the immediate spontaneous response, or they can be a very considered activity using a digital means. We've got all those things in this show. But we thought we'd also like to see what happens when people come in and view the work of professional artists and then feel the urge perhaps to do some drawing themselves. So in this exhibition, we have paper on the walls and materials to use to draw with, and we're very excited to see what comes of it.
When did you decide you wanted to be an artist, Charlotte?
I think I decided to be an artist when I was in my 20s, but I've been drawing since I was very young. I think I just never considered it a potential career, so I just thought it would be something I'd do in my spare time.
Were you one of those children who used to just draw with crayons all the time, with pencils and anything else?
Yes, I was. Anything and everything all the time. Yeah.
And what did you used to draw? Do you remember?
I used to draw. What did I draw? I think I drew very detailed sort of imaginary worlds. I think that's why I drew. I had so much in my head that I wanted to just express, not in words necessarily, but the detail of an entire imaginary world, characters and places and things that existed to me, I guess.
Did you train to be an artist?
I did. I'd already been drawing a long time before I did that, but just thought I'd get some technical skills, so it helped. But it didn't change my drawing or change my style necessarily.
Do you draw a lot for pleasure?
I do, not so much now that I do it for money, but I think that's probably what happens to everybody. I still do, yes.
And tell me, do you go into a different headspace when you draw?
Yes.
Is it different from when you watch television or read or anything else?
Absolutely, it's like a meditative state, I think. It really is like meditation. I think 3 hours could pass by and I wouldn't even know it.
Do you listen to music when you draw?
No.
You just draw in silence?
Yeah.
And tell me, do you still draw imaginary worlds?
Yes.
Are they the same imaginary worlds?
Probably a little bit simpler now, because I think when you're little, your imagination is just so broad and pure, and then as you get older, you have more conscious thought about your drawing. I think that's unfortunate in a way.
Tell me, what's the favourite thing you draw with? Is it a pencil?
Pencil and a grey lead pencil or a pacer, always, and some ink maybe.
Right. And do your fingers ever ache from drawing?
No, but I do have a permanent callus on my finger from my pencils.
It's sort of an occupational hazard.
Yeah.
And tell me, do you like looking at other drawings? Do you admire other artists' work?
I do. I definitely do. I admire work when I can see in somebody's mind work. It's like you can see their thought process. It's not messy work, but very sort of natural, not too refined, too finished. Sketches almost, or rough work.
We've had a lot of students come in to see drawing exhibitions. What advice as an artist would you give them if they wanted to do drawing or art?
Well, I would say, firstly, draw all the time, which is obvious advice, but I also think, for me, the less I took in of other people's work, the more my work was my own. So I think a lot of people advise kids who like to draw to reference a lot of other artists' work that they like, and take it all in and then recreate their own. But I found that more distracting than anything else. I think you just go into your own head and draw. It's like finding your own voice when you're writing. You need to find your own voice in your drawing. And I think that's how you do it. You don't want to be too distracted by other people's voices. That referencing is important in the overall, but you've got the opportunity just to sit and just, it's like a stream of consciousness, I guess.
And tell me, do you use a computer tablet when you draw, or do you prefer just a pen?
I avoid computer illustration wherever possible.
Why is that, Charlotte?
Because it takes all the things that I like about drawing don't exist with computer illustration. It's an amazing skill, and it's a skill that I don't actually have the skill of drawing on one of those things because I've never really done it, but it takes away the mistake lines, the rough lines, the spontaneous lines, the rubbing out, it takes away the parts of it that I like. So,
thank you very much.
You're welcome.